I'm gonna go. Welcome, everyone. It is straight up 7 o'clock, and you are on the Oakland Center for Living Wednesday night service. Welcome. We're glad you're here with us. My name is Reverend Sally Bartholomew. I am a licensed minister with the Centers for Spiritual Living, and I'm your host this evening. Again, welcome to the Wednesday night. Our Wednesday night service is something that we call the Oasis. And what is it? Well, it's a place where we come together as a community to be spiritually refreshed between Sundays. Most Wednesday night services build upon the theme of the previous Sunday. Last Sunday, Reverend Sunshine introduced the ideas inspired by the talk title of Singing with Gratitude. And this evening, Reverend Geri Carter will add her ideas to this weekly theme. Now, we present our Wednesday night services in a satsang style. We offer the principles and practices of science of mind, and then after a talk by the guest speaker, we open it up and we have some informal, intimate, and interactive conversations. And tonight will be no different. The annual theme for this year, 2023, for the Centers for Spiritual Living is Living Out Loud. And our monthly theme, this is the last one for January, but it's Root and Reboot. And as I said, this evening's theme is Singing with Gratitude. So if you are new to the Wednesday night Oasis at Oakland Center, I welcome you. I'm glad you're here. And if you are new to our community in general, then I invite you to visit our website, www.oaklandcsl.org. And I invite you to click on the I'm New button. And then from there, you'll be able to submit your email so that we can put you on our list for the Thursday Village newsletter. You'll get an email once a week with information on what's happening at the center in the coming weeks. Now, before we get started, I've got some housekeeping notes to share with you. We ask that you mute your audio and that you stop your video during this evening's service, because it's easier for us to get a better transmission via Zoom with all of that going on. And if you don't, our tech folks in the background may do it for you. So I invite you to stay tuned through the end of service to receive special and important announcements about what's coming up at the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living. But in the meantime, as we do with every organized event at the center, I'm going to invite Reverend Geri, our speaker this evening, to open us up in prayer. Now, before I hand it over to Reverend Geri, so this can be a seamless transition, I want to tell you a little bit about Reverend Geri. She is a longtime practitioner and minister in service at the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living. I am sure that many of you here this evening know her very well. So without further ado, Reverend Geri, will you take us into prayer and right into gratitude?
Absolutely. Thank you, Reverend Sally. We'll start with a gong. So take a deep breath with me, breathing in that breath of love, that breath of life, that breath that breathes us, that breath that saturates us with the kindness and the goodness and the joy and the love and the peace and the harmony of the one, knowing that there is only one power, one presence that is forever giving of itself, giving of all of those magnificent qualities. And this power and presence is almighty. It's powerful. It's peace-filled. It is truly the living, breathing expression of each one of us, for we are one with this divine power and presence in all of its magnificence. And how grateful I am this evening, so grateful to be singing with gratitude for this evening's time together, sharing and blessing each and every experience that we have, knowing that we are absolutely here by divine appointment. So grateful to be a part of this evening, and so grateful for the perfection and the joy of this AV team and how they give of their selfless service to support us, to provide for us a beautiful Wednesday sat song. I am so grateful for this and the more. I'm grateful for each and every person who's here and for each and every person who's yet to visit this recording. I know that God's grace and love is everywhere present, supporting us. And I know that we stand on a loving and strong foundation as we support one another. So just breathing that in and knowing the graciousness and the goodness of the one is ours, for we are one with it. I let go and I let God be God, letting these words drift into that universal law of love that always, always takes care of our heart's desires. Just breathe that in with me and let us just let go and let God be God in our experience right here and right now. And please join me in saying, and so it is. Oh, how wonderful it is to be with you this evening. I am Reverend Geri, and I'm so grateful that Constance connected with me and asked me to speak this evening on gratitude, because she knows that I love gratitude, and this topic, singing for gratitude, is absolutely perfect. So I know that we are all in a place of gratitude right here and right now. And because of that, I'd like us to take a moment to go within and bring someone special who's on your heart that you are grateful for. It could be someone who's living on this earthly plane right now, or it could be someone who perhaps has moved on. But I'd like us to just take a moment to go within and think about someone that we are so grateful for that has left a beautiful imprint on our hearts. So do you have your someone? I do. Today, I called forth gratitude for a particular person in mind this day, our beloved practitioner emeritus, Richard Robinson. You know, today would have been Richard's birthday. I believe he might have been around 88-ish, if I'm not mistaken. And oh, what a day when he came into this world. So that is my person that I called forth in gratitude this evening. And, you know, I'm loving January because we have, you know, we're bringing forth the beginner's mind and all that work that we're doing on Sundays, you know, with the first 4 chapters of our Science of Mind textbook and living the science of mind. This is just a month that reminds us not only of spirit, but also in spirit. We're living our experience in spirit. And so I'm grateful to be together. And I do know that these Science of Mind principles and teachings, which I've been involved with for over the past 24 years, I'm knowing that gratitude is one of the most profound spiritual practices alongside of forgiveness. And tonight we are focusing on gratitude. That is actually step 4 of our affirmative spiritual mind treatment prayer. So when we're doing our prayer work, the expression of gratitude seals the realization of what we are calling forth for ourselves and others when we pray. When there is conviction and fire in the belly in our prayer, in gratitude, it is already so. You know, gratitude's practice allows us to build our faith as we affirm in our life experiences that have not yet manifested. So being in gratitude for what is yet to be, or like I I like to say this or something greater deepens our consciousness and builds our faith. So, as Reverend Sunshine said on Sunday, it opens the door of our heart and soul. I just love that saying. Gratitude opens the door of our heart and soul. So beautiful. Thank you for that nugget, Reverend Sunshine. So, being in gratitude helped me in the most difficult times, not by denying or bypassing pain or discomfort or sorrow, but by focusing on things in my life to be grateful, generated a sense of well-being in my life. So years later, it's clear to see that the hurtful times were necessary for my greater good, because there was something better in store for me that I am forever grateful for. And it always seems to work that way. The birthing and rebirthing of something greater, even when we feel, when we're down and we're sad and we're uncomfortable, we can always focus our attention on something to be grateful for, because it surrounds us everywhere around us. The sacredness of my home, the opportunity to be able to be here this evening with everyone on Zoom. It's been a long time on Zoom for me speaking. So I'm just grateful. And I wanted to share with you a description from Angeles Arian, a cultural anthropologist, author, and shaman, that captures this essential nature of gratitude and its importance to a meaningful, interconnected existence. Arian has to say this: there is a fundamental spiritual quality to gratitude that transcends religious traditions. Gratitude is a universal human experience that can seem to be either a random occurrence of grace or a chosen attitude to create a better experience of life. In many ways, it contains elements of both. Grateful people sense that they are not separated from others or from God. This recognition of unity with all things brings a deep sense of gratefulness, whether we are religious or not. And let me just clip this and put it in the chat in case you want to have it for future reference. Here we go. Okay. She also refers to seeking things to be grateful for and making gratitude a regular spiritual practice in our lives. Arian refers to this as grateful seeing. I love that, grateful seeing. Just look around. I'm sure you can see right wherever you are right now, something grateful to be, something grateful, something that supports you, that fills your heart with joy, that makes you comfortable, whatever it might be in gratitude. And this is a great reminder for me, because sometimes I'm shy about accepting compliments. I'm not sure why, but instead of rolling over compliments as if they are meaningless, for example, this old thing, I had it for years. These things that, oh, it's nothing. But it must look good if I'm being complimented. So if I'm being complimented, just say thank you. Simple as that. Is there anyone out there that has this challenge? One of my dearest practitioner colleagues would say to me, just say thank you. I must remember that being gracious and saying thank you is all about the giver's attempt to create connection with me. Why would I want to disconnect from anyone, especially someone near and dear to me? So if you find yourself focusing on lack or limitation, flip the switch and move into gratitude. There is so much to be thankful for all the time. It might be as simple as the socks keeping your feet warm, or the comfortable chair that you're sitting in, or the opportunity to be here together on Zoom for a midweek boost. Flip the switch and see what happens. And it's important to remember that we are chosen to be here by divine appointment. This life we are living is an ultimate gift. Being in gratitude for it simply allows us to live a fuller expression of the divine, wouldn't you say? So in Matthew 13:12, the Bible spells this out in this way. To him who hath shall be given. And our founder, Ernest Holmes, says it this way: unless one conceives of himself / herself as possessing good things, she will not possess them. From the objective world of such a one, even that which she has will be taken away. This is directly from our Science of Mind textbook 450.2. So I know you've heard this saying, use it or lose it. Well, use these teachings or lose out on more good. So by using our teachings, we can call for so much good in our lives. And, I love this quote from New Thought icon, Ralph Waldo Emerson, who was an American essayist, lecturer, philosopher, abolitionist, and poet who led the Transcendentalist movement in the mid-19th century. He said, beware of too much good staying in your hand. We can ensure this by practicing circulation, a way and means of giving from our overflow. And finally, we can give thanks in advance, knowing with full belief that the good of God is with us each and every day. Let me get that into the chat for you as well. I love that. Okay. So listen to this. And I love this because I love this class, 5 Gifts to an Abundant Life by Diane Harmony. And this is a quote from her. I'm hoping we'll be providing an opportunity for me to facilitate this class this year as well. And Diane Harmony says this: when you give thanks, you are purifying your emotional response to life by focusing on love and leaving fear, doubt, worry, shame, and blame behind. Thank you for those words of wisdom, Reverend Diane. So when, we have many opportunities to practice gratitude in our prayer work, our affirmations, or just gazing at the beauty that surrounds us, being in awe and wonder and gratitude, being grateful for a friend or for those who come into our experience to teach us. How about gratitude journaling? I like to journal before I go to bed, being grateful for the special moments that took place during the day for me. What a nice way to rest your head on the pillow and have sweet dreams. I encourage you to give it a try if you're not already journaling in gratitude. So what I'd like to do now is I'd like to give you some instructions. We're going to do a breakout experiential. And this is a gratitude practice experiential. So let me tell you about it first, and then we'll break out in twos. So the instructions are that you are going to fill in the blank with what you are most grateful for. Something that's not here yet, some future gratitude, not here yet, okay? It could be, and I'll give you these examples. I'm grateful for the right and perfect partner for me. I'm grateful for the increased flow of abundance in my life now. I'm grateful for my continued perfect health. When you say it to your partner, say it with fire in the belly, with conviction. I want you to say it 3 times. Why 3 times? Because the spiritual meaning of the number 3 signifies divine perfection. In the Bible, the number 3 is a symbolic number appearing 467 times. It signifies Trinity and symbolizes harmony, wholeness, and completeness. And this is what we want. Yes, harmony, wholeness, and completeness. There are lots of 3s in life. Think about it: past, present, future, beginning, middle, end, birth, life, death, and the list goes on. So when you are with your partner and you are going to speak your gratitude 3 times, your partner is going to say, I see you, and I hear you, and I support your intention with love. So I'm going to put that in the chat because this is the response that your partner is going to say to you after you've declared what you are grateful for, something that's not here yet, but something that you're calling forth in your experience. So 3 times, your partner will say, I see you, I hear you, and I support your intention with love. And thank you, Reverend Sally, for filling in the chat. And we're going to break out for about 6 minutes. So you'll have 3 minutes each to say 3 times your gratitude affirmation, and for your partner to affirm for you. I see you, I hear you, I support your intention with love. Okay, enjoy the process, and we'll be back in about 6 minutes. Are we all back?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, that was quite lovely for me. I hope you had the same experience. I was with Freya and we just had a beautiful exchange and some tears along with it. So I hope that you all had a good experience, and I hope we can share. I think I'd like to open the floor to sharing how your gratitude process went for you and how being acknowledged supported that process.
I'll
I
speak
see.
up, Geri.
Better.
Geri,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Please.
It was wonderful. Sally and I experienced this embodied as we said it. The first time I was kind of out up here. I can't speak for her, but I was up here, and then I kept coming down, and finally I was embodied, and there was this relaxation, and it was being seen and being heard. And in the beginning, I was worried about how to phrase it, and by the third time, I didn't care. It had just been taken over. So it was a wonderful process.
Good. And
Thank you so much.
you're welcome. I hope you'll carry it with you throughout the week and throughout the weeks to come. And
Yeah,
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 Wonderful.
thank you.
you are welcome. Thank you for sharing, Sherry. That's great. I think there's something to be said about saying it 3 times and then being acknowledged by your partner.
Yeah,
It's really good.
yeah. By the third time, it was really in there.
Right. Thank you for that.
I had the pleasure of being with my senior minister.
Yay! Wonderful.
And it was just awesome. She brought some stuff out on me that I had not thought about. So I was happy to be with her. Okay. It was a joyful experience. Thank you, Reverend Jerry, for bringing that to us.
Oh, you're
Thank you.
so welcome. And I'm glad you
We had
got
a
to experience.
gratitude fest. We had a gratitude fest.
Beautiful. And I'm glad you got to experience it with Reverend Sunshine. Hi, Reverend
Yes,
Sunshine,
yes.
wherever you are out there. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, Dorothy. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate hearing from you. I can feel it. I can feel the energy of it in your tone and with Sherry as well. Who else? Who else would like to share?
John, go ahead.
Hi, so I was with Deborah, and for myself, it was light, and it was fun, and it was connectedness, and just nice warm feelings.
Wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, the connection. The connection and being in gratitude connects us in so many ways beyond even beyond what we can imagine. You know, there's that connection to spirit, that connection to our own feelings, that connection to that fire in the belly, and that conviction that we can experience in this type of practice.
Yeah, sharing was great.
Yeah, great. Anyone else? Speak up. I can't see everyone so in this view, but Judith, Dr. Judith.
Yeah. I was with Maureen, and it just felt like an energy thing coming. And I said something about perfect health, and I realized that I mean about 6 different other things, not just the health of my body, but the health of my mind and things like that. And anyway, it was joyful. And she was out walking her dog, and I got to see her, the cutest dog ever. She showed me.
That she's grateful for, yes, too.
Yeah.
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 Oh, that's sweet. Thank you, Judith. That's great. I'm glad you had a good experience with that.
Total.
Felt the energy of it. Yeah. Anyone else?
I'd like to do it again.
Oh, well, you can just grab someone at home and say, okay, I'm going to affirm.
Just let it go. Alice, go ahead.
Alice, hi.
Unmute yourself.
Yes, I had to unmute myself. Hi. I was with Dodie, and it was just so wonderful. And then we just got going. We made up another one, and and did it. So it was a really wonderful experience. Thank you so much, Reverend Geri.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you, Alice, for sharing. Yeah, that's great. I know some of you were able to do 2 rounds. I wasn't sure about the timeline. So wonderful. The more we affirm in gratitude, the better life is. So who else? Anyone else like to share? Okay. Going. Go. Anyone else out there? One more? I love hearing what you have to say. I think it's good to say it too, because it calls forth even more good. Okay, well, let's just take a breath and breathe that in and know that there are good works taking place right here and right now for all of us as we come together individually and collectively. In the collective consciousness, we have just great gifts and opportunities to call forth our gratitude and call forth our good. So thank you all for participating in such a wonderful way. And I think, Reverend Sally, is it time for me to turn this back to you, or?
Sounds good to me. I think we are complete with this portion of the gratitude process. I don't think we're ever complete with gratitude. So
Yep.
yeah, we can go into the announcements. And Reverend Geri, thank you so much for taking us through this process and giving us the opportunity, as Sherry said, giving us that opportunity to truly embody that which we are grateful for. Because we know once we embody it, once we know that it's done in spirit, the law spirit takes it on and it must manifest in our lives. So yeah, blessed be.
Thank you, Reverend Sally. Grateful seeing, remember, grateful seeing, because there's always something to see that we can be grateful for. So,
Yes,
thank
yes,
you.
yes. Thank you. All right. So we will go into our announcement portion, and Peter has got the slides coming up here. All right. So our first announcement, this coming Sunday, January 29th, practitioner and ministerial student Teresa Gardner will be talking about celebrating life as source. Our meditation on Sunday begins at 10 a.m. and the service is at 10:30 a.m. Next Wednesday, the first Wednesday in February, practitioner and ministerial student Lucian Baker begins a new theme for the month, curiosity as a superpower. And we're also celebrating Black History Month. And we're talking about, again, he's going to talk on the title of Celebrating Life as Source. So you'll get 2 perspectives. Meditation on Wednesday evenings begins at 6:30 p.m. and the service is at 7 p.m. on Zoom. This coming Friday, the Diversity Circle is back, and their presentation is on solutions for changing vision with the Lighthouse for the Blind and Visually Impaired. Community Outreach Coordinator Sherry Albers will be presenting, along with 2 of our very own, Jeff Buckwalter and Sabrina Bolas. So make sure that you come out on Zoom at 7 p.m. to learn more and to support the Diversity Circle. Next, the season for nonviolence begins on January 30th. You can read all about it in Reverend Sunshine's message in the Village News that comes out tomorrow on Thursdays. Find out all the other season for nonviolence happenings on the events page. This is the last week to get your items into the barrel for the Jewish Family and Community Services. So be sure to take your items to the center this week. And we've all been waiting for this. The next slide tells us about the vision board party that is happening this Saturday, January 28th, starting at 11:30 a.m. and you can stay all the way through to 4 p.m. to work on your vision boards. The cost is $50 and it includes all supplies and food. All of the proceeds from this event go to the center. There's only a few spots left, so be sure to sign up on the events page. Now, did you miss the deadline for January 24th to sign up for the Living What You Believe class? Don't worry about it. Rush to the upcoming classes page on the website. We've extended the registration just for you. Remember to sign up for both classes at the same time. Reverend Sunshine's offering 2 classes. So if you sign up for both at the same time, you save 20%. Both classes will be meeting on Thursday evenings from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's Living What We Believe. That one starts February 2nd. And the Art of Active Listening, which begins on March 9th. The Women's Spiritual Empowerment Group is starting a 6-session group beginning on February 5th from 12:30 to 2 p.m. Reverend Geri, our speaker tonight, is facilitating this group along with Reverend Catherine Sachs. So please sign up on the events page. Now, this is the last week to take Ernest home with you. Okay, you can't take him home, but you can take his books home at a 30% discount from the bookstore. All Ernest's books are on sale, including the 365 Science of Mind and other daily readers. This is a great bargain, and I know from reading that daily reader that it is really helpful in your spiritual journey. So we're entering tax season. Your end of year giving statement has been emailed to you. Thank you for your support. Next, we have the slide that highlights our contact team. These are the individuals who you can contact for more information, and you will find this slide, this information on the website. So as always, for information that's going on at the Oakland Center, visit our website, www.oaklandcsl.org. Sign up for our weekly newsletter. And remember to follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook for special updates and content that you'll only find by liking and subscribing to OCSL. Please like us and subscribe to OCSL today. So looking at my information here, that's all the announcements that I have for this evening. Now what I'd like to do is take us into our giving time. This is a sacred time for us at the Oakland Center. And so I invite us all to place our hands on our hearts, knowing that we give from love to the place that supports us in love. And let us say our affirmation together. Joyously, I give with an attitude of abundance, knowing that as I give, I do receive. And so it is. And so there are many ways for us to give to the center. Go to the website, click the donate icon, and then from there, you'll be shown the various ways: credit card, mail, Zelle, text, the offering basket on Sunday service that we're now putting up front in the sanctuary and allowing us to stir up that circulation energy as we give our donation to the basket on Sunday service days. It's a great thing to do. and we are grateful for all your donations. So it has been an evening filled with gratitude. And I'd like to add my gratitude to the basket for this evening. I am grateful for all of the support that is provided to this Wednesday night Oasis service. The tech team behind the scenes, Peter, Sabrina, Alice, and the support team at the center, Reverend Sunshine Michelle and Constance Chapman. We are grateful for all of this. And this evening, we are especially grateful for our speaker, Reverend Geri Carter. Thank you to everyone who has come here this evening. You all make this service possible. We are grateful for you. Singing in gratitude. I release this evening back to Geri to close us out in prayer.
Thank you so much for singing the song of gratitude, Reverend Sally. Oh my goodness. Let's just go within, taking in a deep breath, just knowing that there is only one of us here, one divine power and presence that is forever giving of itself, that is giving of love and graciousness and goodness, that is giving of peace and harmony and joy and abundance, that is giving of this and so much more. This divine power and presence that is everywhere present, that is right where each of us are, in, through, and as us. We are one with this divine spirit. And how good it is to know this, how good it is to call forth the grace and the goodness of the one. So I am just knowing for each of us an uplifting in consciousness, an opportunity for us to commune and be together, to support one another, and growing and expanding our spiritual experience here this evening. How good it is. I bless our Oakland Center for Spiritual Living for all the goodness that it provides, for all the service and the support. And I'm blessing this magnificent, magnificent AV team that shows up in such beautiful, selfless service each Wednesday, for all who show up on Sunday to support our community and support our beloved Reverend Sunshine Michelle Coleman. We are in a sweet place in life right here and right now, and I am so grateful for it and the more. Just breathing that in and knowing that God is good all the time, as our beloved Michael Beckwith says. And just knowing that we are being divinely guided, guarded, directed, and protected to be in a place of peace and love and grace and harmony. I am so grateful for everyone who showed up and said yes this day. I am so grateful as we move forward into our magnificent year of wonder and joy. In this knowingness, in this gratitude, I just release these words now into that universal law of love that always says yes, that always takes care of our heart's desires, that always loves us up. What a beautiful community. I'm blessing us all. I let it be now, and so it is.
Amen. And so it is. All right, community. You are welcome to turn on your videos, turn on your audios, and say hey to each other.
Thank you. All right. Well, we're early.